Hi everyone, it's Ailani. Welcome back to my channel. So today, friends, we are going to be diving into the Pieces of Joy project. So just briefly, this is another one of these super cool Traveler's Notebook prompted projects by Ali Edwards. She has a lot of these different notebooks that she's created under the Pieces of Us, I believe, umbrella. So there's all different themes. This one for this week was Pieces of Joy. So it is a community-based project, although of course you can do this at any time that you want. But if you did want to document with the community, this project has been going on this week, the 6th through, I guess, the 12th. It's 7 days of prompts, and they are all centered around Pieces of Joy. So it's really fun. It's something that I have really enjoyed. I've done all of these projects that she has created. I went back and did a couple of them that I had missed previously. So I have documented pieces of me, pieces of home, pieces of the past, pieces of play, and now pieces of joy. So it's really fun. At the front of the Traveler's Notebook, she has different thoughts about all of the prompts to get you inspired. And I always love to read over those. And it is always fun to work the same week as the community to me personally, because I love to see things that everyone is working on. So for today's video, we're going to be working on the first 3 prompts provided, which were what joy means to me, what joy looks like, and what joy tastes like. So those are going to be the 3 things that we're going to work on today. So how this notebook works is after you get through the little inspiration pages, there are a 2-page spread for each of the 7 prompts, and you'll see that one side was completely blank, and then that other side has the prompt, which this one says, what joy means to me. You see it there in the middle. So it kind of gives you the option to do maybe one larger thing on the left side, which is like basically a 4x8 size, and then the other side is cut into 2 equal squares. So of course you can take total liberty with that, but I do like how the prompt is written there to just kind of give you a little bit of parameters with the Traveler's Notebook. It works for me. She also gives you 2 extra pages in between each of the prompts. I typically just adhere my pages together because I like for the entire book to just have the 7 pages at the end of the week. But I really love the way that this Traveler's Notebook is put together. It's great quality, and I love that it just has the exact pages for the project, because a lot of times that's what turns me off about Traveler's Notebooks is how many pages a lot of them have, because they get really difficult to work out of. So I love, love, love the Traveler's Notebooks. So before this all gets away from me, let me tell you about what I'm doing here for the first prompt, which is what joy means to me. So first of all, I was inspired by Ali, who has been doing a very mixed media approach to her album this year. And over on Patreon last month in April, I created these fun pages using just some leftover Hobonichi papers from a really old Hobonichi from years and years ago that I never finished. So I pulled out some of the pages out of the back, and these papers are so perfect to do the jelly plates on because it's really thin. It's almost like deli paper. It's really fun to work with. So I created a bunch of fun mixed media papers over there. So I have a nice little stack, and that's my favorite way personally to do mixed media, because I only have to get messy that one time, but then I can use those messy fun papers in other projects. So I feel like this is just the perfect project to use them in, because these papers are so nice and thin. They're really, they work well for a Traveler's Notebook. I did use some mixed media papers in the Pieces of Play album as well, and I really enjoyed that. So I thought I would go ahead and do that for Pieces of Joy as well. So I did notice with a couple of Ali's, she kind of filled up the entire 2 pages almost with the same pattern paper sometimes, or it kind of extended over almost like a one big spread. So that's what I tried to do with that first one, with using all of the green colored patterned mixed media pages there. So I really like the way that looks. And let me know if anyone used to make ATCs, the artist trading cards. I would love to know that. I feel like that is a super throwback. But back when I worked at a scrapbook store in the early 2000s, I got really into artist trading cards for a while. And that is the kind of vibe that that first spread gives me, is kind of that cut out photo with the wings of a butterfly and like the added on just like little embellishments. I just love the way that that is. And that's kind of the idea that I wanted to go with for all of my pages throughout this notebook. So I decided that I would use different colored pattern papers or pattern mixed media papers for all of my spreads here, and that I would pick out a photo that would somewhat work. So for the first one, I just found a picture of me that I thought I could add butterfly wings to. I just really wanted to do that. So I simply just looked up a picture of a butterfly on Google and printed it off to where I thought that it would fit behind my photo nicely. It worked out. For this one, I have mine and Will's hands from one of our wedding photos, and I really liked the way that that one was for what joy looks like. I liked that idea, and I just printed them off big so they would take up the majority of that larger space there. And then I do something similar with a food picture for what joy tastes like on the next layout as well. So I just kind of had fun just trying to be somewhat just kind of messy and that kind of old school creativeness that I loved whenever I was younger, where I'm just kind of cutting and pasting and kind of making collage art type style. So I had a lot of fun with this. And I think the Traveler's Notebooks kind of give me that permission, if you will, to kind of have that vibe, because I feel like for things like Project Life or even Week in the Life or December Daily, like I feel like there's all these parameters of what I'm trying to create, and I want things to look a certain way. And for this one, I felt like I could get a little bit just more messy with it, I guess. So I had a lot of fun doing this. So also, as I'm kind of putting this page together, I wanted to share some of the things that I wrote. So for what joy means to me, that first one that I sped through so fast, I'll read you some of the things that I said for what joy means to me. So I said, joy is being home at the end of a long day out, relaxing in the bed with a snack and a good show, the doggies right beside me, the easy comfort of home. Joy is all of the small things, the day-to-day, lunches with my hubby, snuggles with the pups, Target trips with mom, hugs and smiles. Joy is catching up with old friends, that feeling when it's been a while since we have been able to get together, but instantly fall back into that old rhythm, long chats and laughs. Joy is having those special perfect days, the one when your hair looks extra good, you go out for ice cream with your love, having long talks about life, and spend the day truly appreciating each moment. Then, over here on what joy looks like, I'll go ahead and read that one to you as well. I said, joy looks like Penny's face the second she gets a brand new toy and the doggies' pure excitement when we get home. Joy looks like riding around in the city with Will, blue skies, and the perfect sing-along tunes in the car. Joy looks like traveling to new places, trying new vegan foods, and enjoying new experiences together. Joy looks like meeting my bestie's precious new baby for the first time. Joy looks like celebrating my mom's 39 years before her retirement, making lots of fun plans for the future, and seeing her face when so many people expressed how much they will miss her. Joy looks like holding the hand of the one I love so much, moving through all of the many stages of this life together. So I tried to use some of the prompts that Allie had suggested at the beginning, and I just tried to think of things just both like broad overarching things like the moving through stages of life together, but then also thinking of things that have happened recently, like holding my bestie's baby. I got to visit her yesterday, which was special. Also, my mom is retiring this month, so getting to celebrate that with her, trying to incorporate some of those real life moments into my journaling as well. So I love having one of those prompts to keep you going where you can repeat things. Now, if you had a specific story you wanted to tell about one certain thing that joy looked like to you, that would be great too. For me, I didn't really have that. So I wanted to just be able to kind of tell like just little things that popped into my mind. So you might be kind of wondering what the heck I was doing here. So I had completed this first page, but what I didn't love was the way that I had adhered down my journaling. It was bothering me. It was kind of offset, and me, it was bugging me. So I had to pull it up. I had to redo it. So I just put down another piece of my mixed media paper and then put down my journaling. So actually, the paper that I'm using, I finally got the clear sticker paper. So I'm a big lover of sticker paper. I use it in my reading journal. I use it all the time in my Hobonichi, but I do typically use the white sticker paper. So a lot of times whenever I would print off my journaling, I would just use the white sticker paper, and I never purchased the clear. So finally, the other day, I purchased the clear. Of course, it's genius because you can hardly see it, and it looks almost like you have typed the journaling straight onto the page. So that is really perfect. So I tried it out for the first time in this project, and I really, really loved it. So that's what I'm using there. I'll link that below as well. And then on this upper section, like the lower section on the right side, of course, I'm doing my journaling. And so on the upper section, I'm just decorating it. Right now, I have a heart on this second prompt, but I'm actually going to keep a heart on the first prompt, but I'm going to change that one out on the second one. There's a lot of changing here. I was kind of like, I didn't have a plan too much going into this, so it kind of takes me a little bit to really get in the groove and figure out what in the world I wanted to do. Now, at this point, I did pull out that very trusty Tim Holtz tiny phrase booklet. A lot of these are very like generic, sweet little sentiments, so I don't typically use those too often in like my actual like project life scrapbooking or something. But for a project like this, I think that they're so perfect, so I do add on a lot of those little sentiments, and they give like a nice pop of either the white with the black lettering or the black with the white lettering. And I just love the way that that looks. So they really, really came in handy for sure. Then I'm going to move on to my last one. So I don't think I have too many other like colorways of the mixed media that I created, but I tried to use all three of them. So I have the green at the beginning, then I have the pink, and then I move on to more of like the turquoise color. So we may see some repeats of that as I finish up the other prompts, but I just really love the way that the mixed media looks. It's so fun. I love mixed media papers, and just having them at the ready, like I've already made them and they're just here whenever I need them. I love doing that. It's not very often that I'm just not that comfortable with mixed media. So it's not that often that I can like just do mixed media straight on this paper and be happy with it. But I love using pre-made mixed media for projects. It's very fun. So here, Joy Tastes Like, you'll see that I'm adding on this photo of some donuts, and then I have my journaling, so I'll go ahead and tell you what that says. So I wrote, Joy tastes like that first sip of iced coffee or a big guzzle of Diet Pepsi in the morning. Joy tastes like the holidays, our big vegan Thanksgiving dinner with all of my favorite foods, our tradition of making Oreo truffles, and of course, all of the leftovers. Joy tastes like eating cake for breakfast during your birthday week. Joy tastes like vacation food, trying new places and not feeling one bit of guilt for splurging. Joy tastes like eating out at your favorite restaurant with someone you love, enjoying the food and the company. Joy tastes like the first bite of a new yummy recipe Will is trying, always grateful for a husband who loves to cook. Joy tastes like baking at home, filling up the kitchen with all of the best smells, and then getting to taste test everything after. So again, just trying to do that like listing type journaling, which just helps me to get my story across and just makes it overall easier for me in general. So I added on my journaling there. And here's where I start to change my mind on some of my decoration ideas here. So I take that heart off of the second page, and I'm using these really cute like little journaling kind of wavy journaling blocks that I got from Studio Calico. So that entire set is from Studio Calico, and I think that I'll probably use them a lot throughout this project. I really, really love them. So then I'm just going to kind of start decorating them up, like changing a few things here and there, but just trying to like feel like everything is in the right spot. It just takes me a minute to kind of feel like it's completed, you know, like eventually you're just like, okay, I think I'm good. I think I'm happy with this. So then I move on to this one. I love this like little, the wavy box. I love how these have some sort of journaling in them or a quote. It doesn't necessarily have anything to do with what joy tastes like, but I just think that it's fun and I like having it on there. It says the only time you should look back to see is how far you've come. And I just think that's kind of cute. I'm adding a little bit of torn mixed media at the bottom. I'm actually going to change that piece. I don't remember why I change it, but I do end up changing it. So, you know, we're going to get things into place, but basically you're seeing how this is going to be completed. So I just really love this project. So definitely let me know below if you are joining in this week with the community or if you are thinking about working on this project at some other time. Like I said, I did complete all of the previous ones. A couple of them I did do with the community, but the first couple I had not. So I went back and did those on Patreon in the month of January. But I do have flip throughs over here for I believe all of them. So I will add that playlist below if you haven't caught up on all of my Traveler's Notebooks, but they're really fun. It's such a fun concept. And I know that Allie has like little Traveler's Notebook like covers where you can keep them all together if you want to. And I just really like working on these little projects. It gives me like these prompts for things that I probably would not document on my own, which I'm always appreciative of because it helps me to tell new stories. So I'm going to give you a bit of an up close flip through. But other than that, friends, I think we are done with these first 3 prompts. So I will be coming back with you back to you in a day or so with the next 4 prompts. So I hope that you enjoyed this project and this process video. If you did, please give me a like and please also consider subscribing. And of course, I will be back to chat with you super soon. Have a great one, friends. Bye, y'all.